I want to share with you some very important pieces of information of how you can be able to go ahead and restructure your life and become a better person in whatever area you are in life at this moment in time. Mine is just to share with you how to design your own life. How can you design your life? You see, you probably are asking yourself, what does it mean to design life? So what I meant is this: before you design even your life, there are a couple of questions, or there is a question that you need to ask yourself, like, what do I want to grow into rather than when I grow up, right? That is a question that we used to be asked a long time ago, and now that we are adults, we need to rephrase the question, and the question should read, what do I need to grow into, or what do I want to grow into? So designing our lives has got a lot to do with the values that we ascribe to, with the beliefs that we have, and the interests that we have as individuals. So whatever life you design should be in line with these elements that I've been able to mention for you to derive the most out of the life you want for yourself. Now, for you to design your life, you need to think like a designer. You see, a designer or an artist will always think of something, and he or she goes ahead and comes up with something to change the course of life, to understand, or to even, come up with that which he or she is thinking about and generate it in a real life situation, or have it in reality, and bring forth something out of a thought that was in mind, right? So we really need to think like a designer and get to know what is it that I truly need as a person in order to live that joyful, fulfilling life for myself. You see, from a designer perspective, you always have this idea, you put it down in a piece of paper, then you go ahead and do some work out of that paper and create that which you designed in a piece of paper. So for us to design our own life, we need what we call a design process. Just the same way we usually have this design process in software engineering, just with the same way we have it in any engineering field, where you have to analyze a problem, then you have to identify the problem, come down to analysis of the same, and therefore you go ahead and design the solution to the problems using the provided design tools that are available. So you see, designers, they don't think their way forward, they design their way forward, and that should be our attitude as people who want to progress in life. We should always have this attitude that I'm here today, but this is not the final, right? This is not the rock bottom, or this is not the final state that I will ever be. I need to evolve from what I have to a better version of myself, and I can only do that if I design a life that is in tandem, or is aligning with my values, interests, and beliefs. Now, for us to design a life that we really want for ourselves, we need to have a certain frame of mind. We need to have a certain mindset that is very important. And one of the things that can bring us to the correct mindset is to have curiosity. The curiosity of a child, the curiosity that you had when you're still a boy or a girl, that curiosity that would drive you, or would cause you to ask a lot of questions, all in the process of understanding what was existing around you. we should have that curiosity, because it ignites a lot in our lives. It will bring forth, it will lead us to see or to identify the opportunities that are existing within our disposal or within our environment. Now, we also need to try stuff. So it doesn't mean now that you are trying out stuff, you have a legal mandate to go outside there and mess up things. No, you need to do it strategically. You need to do it accordingly, based on your interest, your values, and what you want to be, right? So you need to try out things that will help you identify what is the best for you. So do things to chart out the route your life will follow. Another thing that you need to know is to have to reframe the problems. You need to reframe your problems so that you can be able to see them from a different perspective and a different angle, as opposed to probably a certain position or a certain angle you've been able to view your problems all along. So this change of perspective, which I want to call a perspective switch, is important, because it will help you to articulate the right problem so that you are well able to get the solution that you need, right? So you also need to understand it will take time. It is not a one-time event. It is a continuous, tedious process. It is not a walk in the park. You will realize that in so doing, or in designing your life, you'll have to identify the problems. You will have to make decisions. At some point you'll make wrong, and at some point you'll make right decisions. You will also understand that mistakes are normal, and you'll also know, or you'll also understand that obstacles are bound to show up on your way, and you need to craft a way of solving them. So therefore, it is not something that you'll do overnight. It demands a lot in terms of sacrificing what you can do, or putting in place some things that maybe are hard to find, or something to do with you changing your lifestyle. So there is a lot that needs to be factored in. There are a lot that needs to be considered as you move forth and as you progress into designing the kind of life you want. You also need to know that it is important you ask for help. Don't refrain from doing so, because it will help you. You need to ask people around you. You need to surround yourself with people who you can be accountable to, people who can hold you accountable, people you can ask questions in regards to what you're doing, people who can guide you or even help you brainstorm to figure out something best for yourself. So I'm very particular about this, and it is important that we look at life from different perspective, and therefore we shall be able to figure out something good for ourselves, because at the end of the day is about you being transformative, you being transformative not only in your way of thinking but in real life, that we are able to see a distinction between you now and you 5 years ago. There should be a clear-cut distinction between you today and you 3 weeks ago. Generally, it is imperative that we consistently maintain the path, and also consistently look at what are the things that are working for us, and what can we do in order to improve ourselves. So thank you. See you next time.